What's up, everyone? Welcome to Alpha Beta Gold. I'm Cameron James. Joining me as always, Microsoft founders Justin Vitale, Jason Porter, and Justin Matt. Justin had a fun day.
Yeah, little bit of a delay at work there.
My closing manager sends. He's supposed to be at 3:00. Sends me a text at 3:08. Hey, I really hate to do this, but I can't make it in tonight. My girlfriend's really sick, and I need to take care of her. And I'm like, bro, it is literally 8 minutes after you're supposed to be here. There are no other managers available to close for you tonight. I have a mountain of shit to do. My wife is going out tonight. She has things to do. And
that's a second weekend in a row from Marlena.
Yeah.
Damn.
Third weekend. So
Damn.
I'm like, bro, I was like, not for nothing. I was like, you're a fucking manager. Like, get your shit together. Let's go. Like, I need you here tonight to close the fucking restaurant because I'm not working from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Let's go.
No, fuck that.
So we finally showed up at, quarter to friggin' 6 whenever I texted you guys? Yeah.
That's
5:46.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like you're asking much there. It's like, hey, listen, work for fucking 4 hours.
Bro,
and
all I ask is you don't fuck
3.
my time up, man. Just my time is sacred time. Like I fucking, with the baby and Marlena and me and like work and both our jobs. And it's just what the. So any me time that we get is ours. So don't fuck with my time. I will fuck you up.
Feel that.
A little aggressive.
No,
but
I agree with Justin. I'm on his side.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, I turn my work phone off now after 3:00. I can't be contacted.
I gotta be honest with you. I need to get better with that because usually I'm still checking emails and shit for work and being like, dude. This fucking asshole. What does this fucker want? Like I'm just doing shit at like 8:30.
I check my work emails in the morning on my days off, and I'll just check to see what's going on, and if I have to reply or respond to anything or just cascade it down to my team, that's what I do. But.
No, my biggest fear is always waking up in the morning, rolling over at 7:00 and checking my work phone and be like, who's gonna text me to say that they can't show up to open at 7:00?
Who's supposed to be here to open right now, Cam? There's no one here.
Actually, knock on wood.
Don't miss that.
I was like, knock on wood. There's been a good streak where that hasn't happened, but
well, congratulations, you just invited into your life.
I know, but I knocked on wood, so we're good. I knocked on wood. But some good news that we have this week is that we all are currently, in hopefully 2 days, current gen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We actually, I think we did we talk about this last week? Did you get it last week?
Yes.
Yeah. I ordered it last week, but so it was kind of held in, and I was checking that order status every 7.5 seconds. It seemed like yesterday around, I want to say like 2:30, it finally updated to shipped, and it had a estimated delivery date of Monday, March 16th to like Tuesday, April 13th. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Check the tracking today, and just to see, where it was, if something was generated. The tracking number was generated, but it didn't have like any progress yet. So I checked it again around, I think like noon, and it updated, or 2:00 rather, and it updated to, hey, this thing is now like an hour and a half away from you. And the way that it looked on the thing was, hey, the delivery date changed from, Monday to, sometime in the middle of April to today. But of course it's been sitting at that same exact location for the last 6 hours. So it's not coming today, but
they deliver late.
But I would say,
you might get a knock on the door in like 20 minutes and just see you jump off screen. He's done. He's out of the gameplay. But as we were saying, earlier, we were kind of talking about this, like what your first pickups are going to be for that. Obviously you said No Man's Sky. You're going to update that to PS5.
I'm gonna load that up to PS5. I'm gonna install it on that.
That shit looks gorgeous.
It does.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do some Destiny, and I'll run through Astro's Playroom just because it's there.
You should. It's so much fun.
I probably wouldn't play anything until I play that game first. Just to.
Oh yeah, that's going to be because from what you guys were saying and everything I've heard, that kind of like teaches you the layout of the controller, and because there are some subtle differences and the trigger feedback and everything, the haptic feedback.
Yeah.
And plus If you've held one PlayStation controller, you've held every PlayStation controller, but each one has some subtle nuances.
See, immediate. No. Well, no.
They all have the same feel. There's some different nuances and different technology, but I heard that this one was, and when I say every PlayStation controller, I mean whether it's Sony, whether it's the Mad Cat, whether it's throughout all the different brands that made their own thing, it still feels like the same controller. I understand this one is just like a completely different experience.
I thought when the PlayStation 4 came out that the DualShock 4 was like the most comfortable controller I've ever felt in my hands. And last weekend, before I traded in my PlayStation 4, like I had to like format and everything. And when I was holding the DualShock 4, even I don't have big hands, but like, when I was holding the DualShock 4 again, it felt too small. Like the DualShock 4 feels just so fucking comfortable. It's such a really good, it's just fantastic. Like I think size-wise, it's probably closer to like what Xbox has.
I was say
like it's similar in size to that. Like now it's up to par. I think they're both the same size, but both of them feel fucking good in your hands. But I just when you feel like that's why when you play Astro and the DualShock starts acting up, it's gonna send you on a trip. It's gonna feel real weird to you because the controller has never done that before for you.
The only thing that kind of sucks about it, I will say, is that like sometimes when you play their game, I mean, the only other games I really kind of played with it was Control. Which did you guys download Control? Did you guys fuck with that yet or no? We talked about it.
I haven't played it yet. It's on my system right now.
Just wait.
I just haven't.
Just wait.
Yeah, play the PS5 version if you want to. Just wait.
Justin, you didn't fuck with it, right? But I mean, besides Control, like I didn't really feel any other game yet that really kind of utilized it fully. I mean, Little Big Planet, Sackboy's Big Venture does, but honestly, like I don't feel myself paying attention enough to the controller to really kind of notice the little like walking over glass and stuff like that. That's kind of the only thing I wish maybe it was a little more prominent, I guess.
Well, it will be. I'm assuming as it goes forward. Well, it's new technology. You know, any kind of new technology, people are gonna want to work with it, but it's gonna take time for it to really get in your face. But like with Astro, it's like very much in your face because that was the point. Like when the controller's vibrating in certain ways and simulating like wind blowing and you're walking through like sliding on ice and shit like that, it feels it's bizarre. Like it's the one game that really shows it off, and then nothing else out right now is taking full advantage of it, like Cameron said. But going forward, I'm hoping more and more people or more and more developers really like just knock that shit out of the park, because I'm just waiting for horror games to fuck with people. That's my thing. I know that's going to be the big one. I guess telling you right now.
We'll see what the Village does with it.
Oh, I don't know about that one because that's a PS4 and a PS5 game. So
true. But jumping on to what we're playing then, Matt, I saw you were playing today, Remnant from the Ashes, right?
Yeah. So the one of the PS Plus games. Why are you shaking your head? No.
How far'd you get?
I just got to the subway station. You didn't like it?
Are you playing solo or with a group of 2, 3?
No, I've done everything solo so far. Listen, for a game that I didn't have to pay for and it was straight up free, I can't complain. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I mean, it's not the best looking game in the world. The combat
neither is Godfall or Greedfall.
Exactly, but the combat the game is very reminiscent of fucking Dark Souls. Like I just fought the first boss before, and I'm like walking down this like staircase, and I'm like, oh, there's a doorway. Oh, there's fog behind it. It's a fog door from fuck. Oh, sure, there's a boss behind here. And then that was it. It was like, oh, this is a boss fight. But you have a melee weapon, and then you have a sidearm and a fucking another gun. And it's just, you're just fighting monsters and going from point A to point B. I mean, I don't need anything crazy right now. So for a Plus game, I can't say I hate it. I'm certainly enjoying it presently. How long that will last, I don't know. Maybe when Disco Elysium comes out, I'll say this is shit.
Yeah. And it's like Demon Souls with guns, right? That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, just take your standard Dark Souls fare, hard enemies, and just but yeah, you have guns. Like I'm using like it looks like a fucking Like it looks like when you play The Last of Us 2 and Ellie has her handgun and she puts a silencer on it and there's like the fucking coffee can, like that's what the pistol looks like. And then I've got a straight up just like a long hunting rifle, which I'm just everything. It's really easy to aim in this game. Like every shot I get is like it's just taking enemies down with like a headshot.
Yeah, I have it downloaded on my queue.
Can't complain, but I mean, you guys keep talking about fucking No Man's Sky, and I'm actually looking at my screen right now, and my icon is right on No Man's Sky. So I might re-download it, and then if Jason has it, then we can probably fuck around.
I can play.
Yep.
It's crossplay.
Can we play? Is it crossplay?
Yeah, it's crossplay.
Has been for a while.
Right now.
Yeah, dude, it's crossplay.
Yeah.
When was the last time you played it, Matt?
The last time I played it, really played it?
Yeah.
When Launch? I platinumed it when it first came out.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's
cool. I just queued up the download, so
yeah, I got some money. I'm sure Jason and I can give you some money if you need it.
Yeah, well, I can give you. I'll just manufacture a ton of shit you can sell for like 100 million credits if you want.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, Cameron. Fuck it. Join us.
I don't even know what to do. I'd be so far behind if I even fucked with that game. I'd be like in
listen,
land.
Cameron,
use
one of my
these
friends.
bitches for money and resources. That's what I'm gonna do.
Did you say? Fuck bitches for money?
I said I'm gonna use these bitches for fucking resources and money.
I will say. I mean, look, it's better than. It sounds like it's better than Destiny because I think
it's a totally different experience.
It's not. You can't compare the two. Listen, I want to fly around in a spaceship and go pew pew and go to different planets, and that's pretty much it.
Have you dived any more into? Okay, that's
in what? In the what? Elite Dangerous? No.
Yeah.
No, did I mention that I tried it? Did that happen?
You said you started. You got to like the Galaxy Open.
Yeah, that was. I was really tired when I tried it with my buddy, and I was a little bit ahead of him. And I got to the station, and I'm like, dude, listen. I was like, I really want to give this game a go right now, but I am coming off of like 30 hours of work in 2 days. And I have to be there tomorrow, so like, it ain't happening. And then like this whole realm, I'm in this realm with like 30 fucking people right now in Minecraft, and it's only a month old, and the fucking world size has already surpassed the 1.5 gigabytes. So like that's a thing. Like it's really big. And then last night, we're just me and my buddies in my clan are just taking advantage of the 12-person Destiny raids before that goes away because that's a whole lot of fucking chaos for no reason.
I remember you sent me that picture. I was like,
bro,
I couldn't believe it was real.
We did a 12-man last wish last night, and apparently when 9 people get the Sir Chief fight, Matt, where you go into the puzzle room where everybody has to stand on their individual plates, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming not everybody can fit or even.
So if you get 9 people, there's 9 plates in the room. So if 9 people each stand on a plate at the same time, it completely negates the puzzle and it's solved the minute all 9 set foot on the plates at the same. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's so cool. Crazy, dude.
An instant clear. Oh man, that's so fucking cool. You probably could know what's his name too. The ogre.
Oh yeah, no, Morgath was dead, and then we ran 12 warlocks with the fucking Kamehameha, whatever it was fucking called, the fucking thing.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god,
Cameron's face.
Yeah, against Riven, and that thing died so fucking fast. I've never seen it.
You pressed the button and it said, "Cool, you won."
Oh my god. Yeah, but
I might download Division 2 if anyone wants to get back into that, like.
No.
Ooh, right. No, sorry.
No desire.
I like how immediately we're like, no, I can't. Ugh.
So how about you, Jason?
No thanks.
Patiently waiting for the PS5?
Yeah, that too. And Justin, again, you didn't open up the world. Like you can still stay in that starter system until you leave that starter system and physically land somewhere else on another station. You can go back to that starting system.
Like she was like, my voice AI was like, if you choose to venture off on your own, good luck. And I'm like, yeah, I know that's for people who have played the game before. I know what that message is.
No. So venture off on your own in that starting system. Like I said, use that starting system to go out and learn to fight, learn to do some trading, learn to do some mining, all that stuff. You're in that system, you're safe.
You know, it fucked me up because I opened up the Galaxy map and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Yeah, dude, I scrolled out and I was like, I'm so insignificant. Yeah, it was.
So I've been playing a game called Limbo. And
it's a
little indie. It's a little indie game.
We've all played it.
It's black and white.
It's amazing.
Jesus,
great.
Fuck,
did you beat it?
Is that game not fucking hardcore brutal?
Dude, I don't understand how that game was. I thought the game was so easy.
No, just from like the different ways. Like each time, like you're going through and you get plowed with something, you die. Okay, cool. Then you're going through again, and like so you get over that hurdle, and then immediately 2 seconds later, something new comes, and it's like that for the first like 15 minutes of gameplay. It's at to the point you're like, what the fuck? It's just like everything in this world is physically out to get you.
Did you beat it?
No, I haven't had time to play it since like I want to say Wednesday night, maybe Thursday. I'm going to go back to it tonight, and I don't know
Did you play Inside?
No,
that's a sequel.
That's the next one you should play. Yeah. Well, it's another game by the same developer. You should play that one too. That one.
I didn't play with that yet. I've seen it.
I have no idea how far along in the game I am, but I mean it's an indie game, so I can't imagine it being like insanely long. I think I have like 2.5 hours into it already.
So the game just kind of we should talk about it next week once you've completed it, because the game just kind of ends. If I remember right, there's like no like it's just like over.
It does end, but it lingers.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like we'll talk about. I don't want to spoil anything because
fair enough.
Because then you guys can explain to me what the fuck it was about. Because I literally finished it. I was like, okay,
that's tradition.
Deal.
To way over my head. So, but yeah, finish that one. Don't hellblade that and take your fucking time. Because you're almost like you'll probably be done with it sooner than you think.
And just remember, if you die too many times, it starts you over. You go all the way back to the beginning. It starts from the top. Just keep an eye out for that.
If you don't get caught there. If the game starts to get color, like a color palette, and it starts to look like a real world.
If your kid starts having like weird like white arms, like it's like going up to like head and neck, then you're really fucked.
It's over.
You know what? Screw you guys. I'm going.
Well, I haven't played anything. I don't even think I've turned my PlayStation on since I beat Arkham City. There's just nothing that gets my attention. Like I said, I'm still doing my comic book reading, so that's pretty much where I'm at. Matt and I had a good conversation about some comic book stuff today. And Deadly Class. That's the comic. Too. Deadly Class is the comic book I got.
What do we like? What's going on?
We were talking
I was saying there's
Seven to Eternity we're talking about.
And also, Justin, you might like one called Black Science. The best way that I can describe it is it's like Dead Space meets Quantum Leap and like Stargate. It's like really cool. Like a bunch of people running a science experiment that goes like tits up, and they get transported to like another planet in a different dimension, and they're trying to find their fucking way home. It's awesome. It's so good.
Black Hammer, that's really weird.
Black Hammer is really good too. Yeah.
Not that this is a comic book podcast, but this is nerd. This is all nerd shit anymore at this point.
It's not like there's another. What's that show? What's that other one called that we do?
Yeah, yours is Yellow Comics. We'll talk about that shit too. But anyway, once again, this is Alpha Beta Gold. You can follow us on Instagram, YMiNerd Official, Facebook.com/YMiNerd. Listen to new episodes every Monday on YouTube and your favorite podcast service. So 3 topics today we're going to talk about, and we're going to start off with none other than the video I sent you guys, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was so confused when I watched it. I was like, is this real? Like, it's exactly what I want from like, because they tried to do the remake for what was it, Xbox and PlayStation 4.
That was good.
No, but the artwork was weird. I didn't like the artwork. Not artwork. The
sprites.
No, because it was like super like. Wasn't that the one when it made it look like really like animated? It wasn't like pixelated. It didn't look like a 16-bit game. It was like, remember?
I don't remember this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, they definitely did. You
gotta update it. Like you can't keep sprites. Like
but they didn't update. They didn't
update
Shredder's Revenge
for CRT TVs. We don't really have those anymore, Cameron. So
yeah, but Shredder's Revenge was just like the old arcade.
Well, because they're using modern mechanics to get pixel perfect, so it looks good.
So everything's everything's going to be a lot more better now. So
yes, it is, and it's also being handled. It's the same developers that did the Scott Pilgrim game. Yeah. Which is so fucking good. And if you haven't played that game, it was re-released on all major consoles, I think, probably a couple months ago. It's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on fucking Switch. I think it's on
like the
Steam.
it's the full thing too. You get the other characters too.
Oh my god, that game is so good, but it is so fucking hard. Which is why I have reason to believe this Shredder's Revenge is going to be really fucking hard. But at least the three of us can play it together.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
good point. But no, so it was called it was called Turtles in Time Reshelled. I didn't like the art, the way that they did that. That's completely 3D.
Look that up real quick.
The
trailer was phenomenal though, and it just even the trailer itself was enough to just be like, yeah. I mean, I didn't even need to see like actual gameplay. I was in from the start, so that just made it better.
Yeah, between the music and the way that and you know what was interesting was, did anyone find what I was talking about? How it was the re-look of it, of the other one?
Yeah, I'm YouTube ads are a bitch right now, so I mean
they are.
Here's a picture of it. I just sent it in the chat. I was impressed.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's not how I remembered it. Wow, look at that. You are correct.
Yeah.
They did update the holy hell out. I thought it was different. I thought it was like more cell shaded and shit, but no, yeah, I don't think I played this.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I don't think it reviewed very well either, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't understand how it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's one.
Yeah, why would I don't even? I thought I played this. I didn't. They definitely.
What was it? Was it Turtles or was it the game that we played at very very drunkenly at?
I think it was Turtles in Time.
Was it?
Actually, no, it was the Simpsons.
I think it was the Simpsons game.
Yeah, because one of the
Sean.
Yeah, the one character didn't work.
Was I there that night?
You were at a chess table.
Fucking yeah. Well, no,
chess.
Justin and I at one point were at a chess table.
I don't very much remember much of that evening, boys.
Ooh, that was brutal because everybody was watching us. It was really tough.
We were like the only people in there, weren't we? At one point,
we rented the whole place out. I think.
Kids.
No, it was.
No, I didn't.
I think you rented the whole joint out, didn't you?
I know I got us a limo.
Yes, you did.
we did the limo.
Oh man,
we did the Radicchio, and then from the Radicchio we went straight to freaking.
I was feeling good from those sangria, and Cameron's like Mexican coffees all around. It's like,
the Mexican coffee.
He's like, drink this. I was like, why are you doing this to me?
Because why would you not think I wouldn't do that to you? But anyway,
Turtles looks great.
Yeah, no, I was
sweet.
You know what was too? I was surprised how quiet they kept it. Like they didn't talk about it at all.
Which is fine.
Yeah, no, I know, and I know that they obviously, they redid Battletoads, which was last year, and
yeah,
you know they rechanged the artwork on that. I didn't play it. I'm sure Justin has a pitch for it because it's on GamePass and it's probably yada yada yada. But I heard it's good. I heard that there is a difficulty setting, so that's a little bit
Oh man, let's get a platinum on that game, guys. Let's do it. Let's work together. Let's pool our resources.
Of what?
Turtles. Let's fucking.
I'm in. I'll definitely play. But the thing is, they don't even have a release date for it, which I was surprised.
Honestly,
by.
It's something. There's no way that game could take like 3 years to develop. It's probably going to be. My guess is it's probably going to come out in the summer.
What was the first Turtles game for the arcade?
The arcade game.
Yeah, it was just
It was just
TMNT, the arcade game. Yep.
Which was the one where you started off in the burning building?
The arcade game.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one.
The second one, you started off in the street?
Turtles in Time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready for this game, to say the absolute least. It's a day one buy for me.
Well, the only thing
I'm in.
The only concern that you could have is when they released the X-Men arcade game and they ported that. Obviously, I know it's a port and I get it. It did not hold up well, I believe, playing it on console. From what I remember.
No, well, they don't. But that's the point. Is that's. I mean, because they're old. It's hard to port something like that and make it be perfect, I guess, in terms of just the latency. But this game isn't a port. This is something totally new as far as I can gather it. This isn't even.
Is there any other arcade beat 'em ups you guys would like to see get a sequel? That besides the Simpsons game.
I was just gonna say I would love to see like a PS5 version of the Simpson arcade game.
That's the holy.
That would be
that
would be awesome.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Simpsons, and fucking X-Men. Like that was it. Like there was no more better. I got it. I snuck it in there. You see what I did?
I mean, the thing with the X-Men arcade game was they had the one that was like the six person.
Yeah,
and it was like impossible to find. Like you always just
that was a huge cabinet.
Yeah, it was
they massive. They had it at my mall. I grew up right outside of East Brunswick, and that mall had it. That had the 6-person cabinet. It was huge. Had those stupid fucking massive. 2 monitors that fucking split.
Yeah,
I've never seen that one. I've just had like the smaller single screen. I mean, you could fit more than one person there, but it wasn't like a group effort.
Dazzler for whatever reasons in the damn thing.
Yeah, the characters that they had in that game were not exactly the.
I mean, Nightcrawler.
I feel like
he was cool.
I was gonna say I feel like Dazzler was just used because of the fact that they could probably at the time just like the colors looked really good. You know what I mean? That's probably just what it was.
Who did you have? You had
Cyclops,
Colossus,
Wolverine,
Dazzler,
Nightcrawler, Storm, and Dazzler.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's 5.
Look at me go.
No.
Cyclops, Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm, and Dazzler. 6.
Yeah. I mean, the fucking Michael Jackson arcade game was great too. Let's
I agree with Cameron on that, yo. I like Moonwalker. I thought that was really good.
All right.
I did. I liked it. I played it a lot.
Well, another thing too, what I always thought was I actually thought Golden Axe played better on Genesis than it did in the arcade.
I like.
I don't think I've ever played it on the arcade.
I didn't like
either.
It.
I didn't play it until
I played the shit out of that on Genesis, but
I played King of Dragons. I like that one a lot. That was a good.
What the fuck is that?
King of Dragons?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a Capcom beat 'em up, bro.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Is that the one? That's not the other one's really good. Is the King Arthur, the Knights of the Round?
Yeah, the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all side scrollers.
It was, but it was like really hard. The game, if you try to get it now.
Whoa, this looks
really
fucking cool.
It's really hard to find. Oh, I remember
why
this game.
Why does the fucking cleric look like he's built like the Terminator?
Yeah, right, dude, he's a tank, bro.
The cleric is built like a fucking machine.
I think I have this for Super Nintendo.
While we're on this, you guys know that there's I don't know if it's probably on PlayStation Store, but there's a Capcom beat 'em up bundle. It's got Final Fight, King of Dragons, Captain Commando, Knights of the Round.
I'm checking. I think that is available on the PSN.
Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit, and I got it. I mean, it's
Capcom. Yeah, Capcom beat 'em up bundle on PlayStation. Yeah, it's
King of Dragons there, Captain Commando's there, Knights of the Round.
$20 though.
Yeah, Final Fight, the 3-player Final Fight with fucking Guy and Cody and Hagar.
I might have to get that. I mean, if this is on sale at any point, I don't want to pay $20, but I'd pay like 10.
Yeah, I bought it when it was on sale for me.
To try to get this game sealed in box or complete in box.
I would imagine it's probably a lot of fucking.
The Knights of the Round Table one is
more so than Lunar 2.
Oh, don't even get me started on Lunar 2. Thank you.
Dude, the fucking Punisher game.
Oh my god, that's such a good game. Too. Remember Streets of Rage? They did a bunch of Streets of Rages within the last and they're not good. The new ones are just like.
I didn't play the one that they just.
No bueno.
Didn't they just come out with the newer one?
Streets of Rage 4, yeah,
right, yeah,
did not do well.
Well, the problem that I had with those beat 'em up games is there's literally the only difference was the characters. It was all the same fucking thing.
A lot of times, it was the same.
Well, it was just
background that stayed put, and you're moving only the front part of the foreground of the screen is coming. It was different moves, different names, but
I loved Battletoads and Double Dragons.
Dragon singular.
Double Dragons
singular.
Isn't it Battletoads and Double Dragons?
Double Dragon.
Battletoads and Double Dragon.
Is that what it is for the arcade?
Plural singular.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Battletoads.
It's like when people say they want to go to Wawa's. It's just one Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one, not multiple.
Yeah, no. Battletoads and Double Dragon then was a really cool game. You start off in the freaking spaceship, and the first boss is huge,
fucking sweet.
And you got the little the hover bikes.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo Double Dragon game was really good too. And I feel like after that they kind of just went off the deep end and didn't really do much. But Again, hopefully the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Revenge is good. Hopefully it comes out sooner than later because I want to play it. I want something to play, and it would be cool to play it with 4 players if we can get a 4th person. Maybe Sean will have a PS5 by then, and he'll be.
Oh well, I mean, if it's a PS4 game, he'll still be able to play.
True. The only thing I'm calling right now. Calling Michelangelo.
Oh, that's cool. I do Donnie or Raph usually.
I like Raph.
Fine. Yeah,
really?
I'll do Donnie.
I feel like no one picks
take Donnie. Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Really?
Donnie was the nerd.
Every time.
Donnie was the nerd, dude.
That's right.
Come on.
100%
Listen,
of the time.
gotta be honest with you. Here's the point. I love everybody but Leonardo. So there it is. Right there. I love everyone but Leonardo.
In the last Ronin book.
Done.
Who's your favorite Teenage Mutant Turtle?
In the last Ronin comments,
hold on.
fucking awesome.
Time out.
She's like,
time out.
Fuck out, give me that question for.
She doesn't even know. She's like, oh, fuck
out of here. You know, there's a 5th turtle now. You guys know this?
There's the robot.
No, not Mecha Turtle.
Is it the girl turtle?
The girl turtle, yeah.
Oh yeah, Venus. Venus based off of Venus de Milo. Yeah, it's like she's based off of. I think Venus de Milo and her. I was gonna say her.
If you guys want to read a good turtles thing, pick up the last Ronin if you can find it. Read one.
Is it the one that you sent me where it's like the end of the world type?
Yeah, there's only one turtle.
Yes, and, that shit is intense.
That one's really good. The second issue, they showed how one of the other turtles died, and it was fucking epic. And I was like, damn.
Oh, well, spoiler. There you
go. No, you know they're all dead, and they tell you that each other book is going to show you how someone else died, and they show you how one of them dies. You're like, damn, that's fucking dope. But moving on here,
turtles.
20 Bethesda games dropped on Game Pass. So I'm interested to hear everyone's thoughts on this, especially being.
And by everyone, he means the Microsoft teams.
Especially,
I blew my load when Doom 64 was up there. I was like, that's a thing I haven't seen in a very, very, very long time. I checked it out. Of course I did. Dishonored was on there, so I thought that was interesting that I can get access to that.
You should try that at some point.
Morrowind is on there. I was like,
I saw that. I was like,
here we go, Morrowind.
That's big. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, Oblivion's there. Skyrim's getting apparently an FPS upgrade too, which is nice because I need to play Skyrim.
only on the Xbox consoles. I'm hearing though, which is a little fucked up.
Why? Why would that be fucked up? It's Microsoft.
Motherfucker, but that's
now,
just
baby.
it. But listen, yes, they own that shit, but it's still on other consoles. So at least you should do the service of pleasing other people that already own the game on your other consoles with a next gen update. It's okay.
Just buy an Xbox.
I would rather never play Skyrim again than buy a fucking $500.
Yeah, dude, I gotta be honest. It's nice that I got an FPS upgrade, but
I'm not going back. I'm not gonna fucking.
I'm not doing that shit again, man. I can only I only can duplicate that book so many fucking times before they finally patch it, and I can't do it anymore.
Here's an idea for Skyrim. Instead of giving it an FPS upgrade, how about patch the fucking game?
Yeah, no, that's also another thing. That's another thing. So I was talking to my one buddy about this, and we were just talking about what this means for the future, because I mean they just put a lot of back catalog on there, the Doom games, Fallout and Elder Scrolls, but like we were talking about Starfield and shit. And he's like, "What's Starfield?" I was like, that look.
Nobody knows what Starfield is. Let's be honest.
It's a new RPG made by Bethesda, and it's in space. I know Matt's like, yes, sign me up. Jason,
I love it, but I'm not buying a fucking Xbox to play it.
No one's saying it's console exclusive.
Play the Outer Worlds. It's probably the same thing.
That's also on GamePass.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
But I will say the thing I thought was really weird was they put out Evil Within 1 on the game on this, and not Evil Within 2. And Evil Within 2 is light years better than Evil Within.
Don't you fucking talk to me about Evil Within, Cameron?
Dude, the second one's really good.
Cameron and I have had many debates about Evil Within and Evil Within 2.
Bro, I remember
numerous debates.
Cameron's like, we gotta play this game. We gotta play Evil Within. It's awesome.
It wasn't bad,
that's the
but
point.
it was just
Evil Within is
terrible.
I'd rather play Resident Evil 6.
Get the fuck out of here. You would not rather play Resident Evil 6.
Justin, stop being inflammatory.
That's a fucking
shit.
lie.
Stop being fucking inflammatory for the ratings.
Get the fuck out of here.
For the ratings.
Evil Within 2 is really.
I never played the second one because the first one was really that. It made me that sour.
If it comes to Games Pass, give it like 2 hours because honestly, it feels more like a Resident Evil game than like it's so good. It's so much better than the first one.
I wonder why they didn't put that on GamePass though.
I thought about playing it again because I had nothing to play, and it's not as like brutally difficult.
No, it's so much better than the first one. Oh my god!
It was. I almost felt like they like Resident Evil the remake and Resident Evil 3. Like you could definitely see like how they kind of.
Well, it's made by the same fucking guy, so.
Mikami?
Is that his name?
Who? I don't know.
Shinji Mikami. I think that's the guy who makes those games. Shinji Mikami.
That directed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The director of Evil Within 2 is John Hansen. Oh,
I'm talking about the person who created the concept. Yeah, Shinji Mikami. He created Resident. He directed Resident Evil, and then he did fucking Evil Within. So it's got his fucking shit all over it.
They should definitely do an Evil Within 3. I would definitely play it as long as they stick with the premise of what they did with the second one. Again, the first one I remember before the final boss, which is one of the worst final bosses I've ever played in a video game. Period. Do you remember what Matt? You beat the game, right? Within 1. Remember when you get stuck in the freaking like sewer area and you have the 2 guys with the fucking huge ass like hammers and just like stalk you and you have no ammo? And it's like
the 2 dudes that are like fucking Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, but they have safes for faces. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And you have like, hey, cool, I'm gonna fight these 2 dudes that can't die, and I've got 4 bullets and a melee weapon. How do I do this? Yeah, it's bullshit.
There was one part when I beat that level, I actually thought to myself, I wonder if this game realized that I have done this 30 times and just decided to let me
this guy's having a rough day. Let me cut him a break.
Because I remember I'd lose all my ammo, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then somehow one time I loaded it, and I was like, wait a minute. I have fucking like a fire grenade. Like what? Like where did this thing come from? And all of a sudden, or more,
switched it to easy real
more
quick.
flame.
I seem to recall that one of the older Gran Turismo games would do the same thing when you were going for the license tests, and like in order to get to that, like get the S-Class license, you had to be on point. Like you had to turn like exactly where you needed to in order to clear that little section of the track to get the gold trophy, to get the unlock. I swear that at some points in that game, it kind of like realized, okay, you've just been doing this for 45 minutes. We're just going to give it to you. I think it was like 2 or 3. It might have been A-spec. It might have been like 3.
I was playing a game recently, and I don't know what it was. I kept dying. It was like, "Would you like to progress the story forward?" And I was like, "Sure." Because I don't remember what it was. I was playing something where I had already played it before, and I didn't really give a fuck. I was just like buying time, and I don't remember what it was. I was like, "This is kind of a cool idea," because sometimes you do get stuck on those parts where you're just like, you're either out of ammo or you can't figure it out, and it just needs to happen. So I wasn't against it. I mean, I've definitely. Is somebody playing music?
No, Cameron, we're talking about Evil Within, and now you're having ghouls in your house.
What the hell? It sounded like it was like an opera singer in my headphones. That was
cool. That's fucking creepy.
That's weird.
That's not weird at all, Cameron. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, yeah. So Bethesda, cool. Like, what? I guess we can. You know what? That can lead perfectly into our next topic here. I want to talk about was video game urban legends, because apparently now I'm being haunted by fucking shit. And I sent over this link in the chat, and I thought this was because I had said before I was listening to a podcast this week about this how do you say Polybius game conspiracy, which is about this game that was made in the 80s. Guy played it, gets kidnapped by the government, apparently gets saved, and no one ever found this game again. But I was going through this list that I found here, and one that I thought would be an interesting topic, because you guys are all obsessed with Final Fantasy, is number 4 on this list.
Oh,
which is Squall dies halfway through Final Fantasy VIII, and in the last discs, he's dead, and he's in some sort of So they say at the end of the first disc, your character Squall is impaled through the chest with an ice spike. When the second disc starts, your wound is healed and no explanation is ever given as how you survived. Previously complex characters become simply archetypes, and the hero quickly wins the affection of the girl, despite not really liking you for the whole first half. It gets even weirder after the final battle when Squall has a long hallucination where the love interest's face is always a blur, and in one glimpse of Squall's face, it's just an open black hole. Creepy. Do you think he's actually dead in the second half of this game?
That's interesting.
I'm gonna say it's an interesting concept, but this is tough for me to answer because I fucking hate that game, so I don't really.
I was just saying, I have no clue. I have never finished
shit.
that game. I have zero desire to ever pick up that game again.
That's like the. I got a good. I don't know if I'm sure it's on the list, but I got a good one.
What about you, Justin? Do you have any insight on this, or have you never?
I didn't like 8. If I'm being honest, eight's not one of my.
8's like, honestly, to me, and I know a lot of people say like it's their favorite, and listen, it can be. I'm not giving people shit for that. Everybody can have their favorite game and like it, but in truth, I think 8 is probably the weakest in the entire series of the numbered Final Fantasies on the list. 8 is like the most boring one in the whole fucking series.
I thought the Gunblade was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't 10, 8 and 10-2.
Okay. I thought you said 10 because I was like, listen, 10 is probably one of my favorites because we like 10. 10-2 is really not great at all.
Yeah, 10-2 jumped the shark big time.
10-2 is actually 20 years old, I think, today.
Yeah, man, we're going to play some blitzball.
all right.
Waka.
I fucking hated Waka,
that was
dude.
Bender's voice actor that did that, by the way.
That was not.
Really?
No
that was,
way
yes, it was. Yes, it was. Look that up. It's
way,
Bender.
Bro.
It's 100% Bender from Futurama.
Also Marcus Phoenix.
What about him?
Oh,
it's the same voice actor that does the voice of Waka. Yeah, no, 100%. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Final Fantasy is over.
Unless Justin somehow magically proves me wrong, which I don't think he's gonna. Okay, yeah. Let me see. There it is.
No, but he didn't do the voice of the. He didn't. D. Bradley Baker did the voice of him in Kingdom Hearts,
which is the voice actor who does the voice of all the clones in Clone Wars.
Yep.
And Appa in Avatar. So is there on this list, because I can't see, because I think if I open it up through the chat, it's going to pull me to a separate window and it's just going to close out this app. Is the Pokemon one on there with the yes? Okay, so let's talk about that one. That one's creepy
the one that claims that Pokemon are the result of a massive global war.
Oh no, I like the idea of the one with the Lavender Town one.
The Lavender Town.
So there's yes, most of it. So there's an urban myth that goes around that there's related to Lavender Town in the first Pokemon game. So Pokemon Red and Blue, you go to Lavender Town, which I don't remember where it falls in the list of the badges, but it's where you fight like the psychic types and the ghost types. And there's a tower in Lavender Town, and it's like filled with graves and dead shit. And apparently people would talk about how like the music that plays in the tower would like, if you listen to it for long enough or something like that, it would cause you to like commit suicide. And there was apparently like a black cartridge version of Pokemon, like the first Pokemon games, and it would just like cause people to kill themselves.
Links in the chat.
There you go. Pokemon's creepy Lavender Town fucking myth too. Then there's also the Majora's Mask one that I could bring up as well, the haunted cartridge, which was I've heard
of that.
That one's just a mod, though. That was proven to be bullshit.
I mean, the thing I always find that I find entertaining about these conspiracy theories and these freaking urban legends of video games is like, what's the extent of what can be true? Obviously, what can't be true. Obviously, who knows? Maybe you put some weird fucking wave frequencies in the song and it makes you want to go fucking insane because of whatever, whatever it is. And the list here is just like, talking about stuff like that, talking about that Luigi's actually dead in the fucking Mario franchise. And that who's his girlfriend?
Oh, Daisy.
And then apparently she's a deformed mutant character. is
what the fuck is this one that you're talking about?
That was one. Another
I just
one
sent you guys a text with the Majora's Mask one.
What was that one about? That's the haunted cartridge.
So that's about a haunted cartridge, and there's like this like weird version of Link where it's like talking to the person who was playing the game that they like.
What?
It's like the drown or so. Yeah, dude, it was just like a really good mod, but you'll see the articles from Kotaku.
Now, does anybody know about the Minecraft one?
I was gonna say if Herobrine is not on this, like it is one of.
Do you know about this? I don't know.
Yeah,
so
Notch's
it is on the
allegedly.
It's
allegedly is he? It's on the list, right?
Yeah, it's number 12.
Yeah, all right. So Notch's brother apparently haunts the game files as this character called Herobrine, which appears as the main character Steve, but with ghostly white eyes. And apparently he will build mysterious structures and like appear randomly throughout the game. And like nobody's ever seen him. But Mojang, they love fucking and trolling with everybody because when they update the game, they will always add in the patch notes. Herobrine has been removed from the game, or there have been improvements made to the game to remove Herobrine. So they're trolling everybody because they're not actually saying this character or entity does not exist. But like there has been, like you can go deep into the Minecraft files like through modding and like literally everything, and there's no trace of the character. Nothing is there.
Do you have the link open?
I have a link open.
Do you have the link open that's from CBR that talks about the 15 freaky game? It's in the chat. Is this the guy that you're talking about? If you click it, you'll see there's 3 pictures. There's Lara Croft. There's the Boltman. And
I'm sorry. Who?
Lara Croft.
Jason's body language said, he's like,
okay,
fucking guy over here.
I just ground this whole podcast to a complete halt for a brief second on that one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
That's who they're claiming he is.
Yeah. So
funny.
O'Brien.
What exactly are they saying he is? It's just like a character,
he's a ghost in the machine.
Yeah, he's a ghost in the machine. He's an entity that lives within the game. Funnily enough, though, back on the 360 version of the game, that skin was available for you to play with, right? So if you hosted the game,
that's fucked up.
Dude, so if you hosted the game, it was an option to toggle off player names, right? So if I was playing with one of my buddies, man, I would switch my skin to that, and I'd fucking go over to their building, and I'd turn the player names off, and I'd freak them the fuck out and just troll them. Oh, it's great times.
You're such a little fucking dick.
Oh, it's so much fun, man.
Just mischievous little dick.
It's so much fun because you know how you play Minecraft, you tunnel out, man. You're.
I played
blinders are up, dude. You get so into that shit for hours, and then all of a sudden you see something that you know shouldn't be.
Herobrine.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's also one about.
I want to play Minecraft again.
Yeah, now I do too, but not with Justin. Not with Justin.
Is it now? Has anyone know a lot about Street Fighter?
Chen Long.
Yeah, I guess he's supposed to make a hidden character that's like not really in the game.
Street Fighter 2.
I don't know what this one is.
So, back in the day, the translation, I know this backwards, upside down, and inside out. So back in the day, I think it was Ryu, or one of them said, Ryu or Ken said, you must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance. So many people speculated that Shenlong was actually their master. It turns out Shenlong was actually a terrible translation for their Dragon Punch. But ultimately, urban legend, myth led to urban legend. Urban legend actually created this character called Shenlong that it actually became their sensei or their teacher. And later installments, and they fleshed out the story even more. And turns out this character actually now exists. But there was an urban legend back in the day that you could fight him. I think it's Super Street Fighter 2 or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, one of those fucking versions of the game. If you did X, Y, and Z correctly, I don't remember what it was, but that was the urban legend in the story of it.
Yeah, I know that they didn't they do something like that too? It's like Mortal Kombat where there was like always a character. There was
a lot. Ed Boon loves doing that with characters. Like even in Mortal Kombat 2, there was a fight scene on the pit, and in the background there was this character who was engulfed in flames fighting another character, and that character ended up being Blaze, who was the boss of Armageddon, who was trying to take over the entire fucking realms and everything like that, and he became a full fleshed out character. And like every once in a while, like he still now will troll people and introduce characters into the friggin' Mortal Kombat franchise that fans speculate over. There was a brown ninja that he created out of fucking thin air. Tremor was his name, and it's just
What game was he in? I do not remember the brown ninja.
Tremor was in, I think, 9.
Really?
8 or 9, yeah. Might even been 10.
I don't. Was he the one? The problem with the ninjas when they make them is they all look the same. They just change their fucking color palette.
Well, back in the day, yeah, that's all they did. They were palette swaps, but now they are completely unique, different characters. Like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, you can look at them right. Even Reptile is completely reptilian now. Ermac, it looks different. Even Rain, like they don't look like palette swap ninjas anymore. Like they have full fleshed out character models and things like that now, so they're easily distinguishable.
That's fair enough.
I was gonna say, I know there's another one that's got to be on the list.
Are we talking about the Laura Croft nude code? What?
No, we're squinting and shaking our heads at your pronunciation, Cameron.
Oh, I was like, how does nobody remember this theory and this rumor?
There was
I know another one.
Fucking Lara.
It's Laura.
It's Lara.
Damn it. I remember that was
Luca.
That was a big one in the day. Was that obviously stupid code that you could? It was like when GTA 3 had the fucking, or one of them had the hot coffee or hot
coffee. When I was so this is the perfect transition. That would have been in San Andreas, which I know you fuckers hate, but I know that's one of the fucking urban legends on this list is the fucking Bigfoot in fucking San Andreas. I was looking for that shit.
Yep.
And so there were two weird things in that game I remember distinctly. Always looking for Bigfoot and never being able to find it, not knowing if it was bullshit or not. And then there was one thing. It's not an urban legend, but it's an Easter egg in that game, is the ghost car.
The what?
There's a ghost car in that game. So in San Andreas, this is like me pulling memories out of like a data bank here. In some random part of San Andreas, there's like a forest. And in the forest, there is like a small shack and there's a car. And I don't know, I can't remember what you had to do, but like you would show up, things would happen, and this car would just start driving. There was no one behind it. And then it would like drive into like a ditch or something like that. And then it would just stop. There was this fucking ghost car in that fucking game. Yeah, it's really fucking weird. Because if you just stumble upon that, you're like, I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened? You're like, I was like 13 years old. Like,
well, I also
what the fuck was that?
I don't like Red Dead 2 by any means, but they did a lot of weird shit like that too. There was like the one where if you climbed in like a house and like a window, there was like cannibals in one. There was stuff that they thought that people predicted that they were hinting at Undead Nightmare 2, because if you went to the woods at a certain time, if the moon hit you right way, there was like zombies walking around the woods and some weird shit. I mean, at the end of the day, can that be the game just like glitching for a hot second and someone gets like really lucky and gets a glitched character, or is that, the developers putting it in there for like shits and giggles? Apparently there is another Grand Theft Auto one for 4 called the Rat Man, which
I remember this.
I don't remember this.
Yeah. I have vague memories of this.
It says, along with Bigfoot that's lurking somewhere in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, or the UFOs that supposedly appeared in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, one of those popular myths is the Rat Man of GTA 4. Like many video games, it began with a blurry picture poster on the internet, but hundreds of other users quickly joined the conversation to describe their experience with the Rat Man in the tunnels. There are a lot of little pieces of evidence that led validation to the legend, including angry voices that you can hear sometimes if you're walking around the subway shouting "Get out." The sound clips from the pedestrians and the radio shows that mention the rat problem in the subway station is actually referencing the mutations caused by a chemical leak in an abandoned factory. I didn't know about this until I read it, and I played a lot of GTA 4 back in the day. So
it's just Splinter. Let's bring it back. It's just Splinter.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. Well, that's the other hidden Easter egg in fucking GTA 4 that was cool too, is the heart of Liberty City or whatever it is. There's the Statue of Liberty. There's an actual beating heart inside of the statue.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's not an urban legend. That's just a straight up Easter egg. But it was fucking weird finding that.
Well, how about the thing that they confirmed that BJ from Wolfenstein and the Doom guy are related.
I can't say I'm surprised by that. That seems it makes sense,
plausible.
honestly. Yeah, it's really.
Really?
So what's the explanation for that?
Developed by Bethesda.
I mean, listen, same universe.
It says the protagonists of the classic shooters Doom and Wolfenstein are actually related. Fans suspected that the two over-the-top action heroes were blood relatives for quite some time, but ID Software co-founders outright confirmed this on Twitter. Wolfenstein hero BJ Blazkowicz is actually the grandfather of Commander Keen, the protagonist of the slightly over-obscure ID Software franchise Commander Keen. And Commander Keen is Doom Guy's father. There's basically no evidence to support this of any means other than the fact that the creators have stated this is what it is.
Cool.
So which I don't
my
understand.
head canon though. I'm gonna make it. It is. It's fact now.
But this is what I'm saying. Isn't Wolfenstein ahead of Doom?
No, it's fucking 1940s Nazi Hitler shit, and then you've got futuristic space zombies and demons.
Huh.
And then Commander Keen is apparently somewhere right in the middle.
My headcanon right now is now that Microsoft owns Bethesda, Doom Guy and Master Chief
are
oh my god,
buddies.
let's get that co-op game going, dude. Like come on, we'll play more space things. Let me live my life. How about everybody's favorite urban legend? How we all blew into Nintendo cartridges as children.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah,
yep.
that was supposed to fix shit, which apparently it could do harm to the cartridge as opposed to anything.
Yeah, and they would always just take it out and put it back in.
Yeah,
sometimes it wouldn't. Or you would take the Q-tip, put some freaking rubbing alcohol on it, and clean it.
They made an actual Nintendo cleaning cartridge.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh God.
You were supposed to put it in, pull it out, put it in, shit. And up and down, then pull it out.
You guys might know more about this than me. Obviously, is GLaDOS?
Yep.
Is your mom?
What about her?
Is your mother?
My mom.
That's a fucked up relationship.
What are you talking about, my mom, Cameron? Why are you my mom into this? Hey.
I don't think so. That's a little far fetched. No, especially the way she talks to you. I don't.
I know we talked about before how all of Super Mario Brothers 3 is a stage play.
Yes,
I don't think that's a conspiracy. That's probably.
I think that's a widely believed phenomena that's taken as canon. I mean, it presents itself that way.
I mean, the second was a fucking dream. So why the
second one's not even a Mario game. It's Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, I know.
So it's totally something different.
How about the fact that apparently they've confirmed that in Super Mario World, Mario does punch Yoshi every time.
I dropped that fucking dinosaur off the fucking map every more
The amount of corpses in Yoshi courses is ridiculous.
Yo, I gotta make this jump. I'm just gonna buy Yoshi jumping off and landing on the fucking platform. Deuces.
I mean, another one that they talk about too here, the last two I just want to talk about, which are both actually unconfirmed, but they're theories, is that Halo Reach Noble 6 team lives.
No, definitely not. They're dead. They're
not all of them. George is dead.
George is definitely dead.
No,
what's her name?
Apparently not. Cat's apparently not dead.
She got shot in the fucking head.
Yo,
she got.
There are so many memes of that when that shit happens. Who was the sniper? What was his fucking name?
When you're watching,
Emil's dead.
Emil's definitely dead. When you're
Noble
watching
6 is definitely dead.
When you see her, she's just walking like. She just fucking crumples like paper. She's fucking dead. She's straight up dead.
Carter's dead. What's his fucking
dead.
name?
George, Carter, Emil, 6, Cat. And Laura Croft. She's definitely dead too.
What the fuck?
You guys.
What's the next one? What's the other one?
There's actually two. I realize here is one is that Shepard was indoctrinated.
Yes.
That, I could buy into that.
I love this fucking theory much because it really, really would make the third game so much more bestest. Like it really
more
fucking
better.
would.
So the theory says what?
Is that Shepard was indoctrinated. It's been a long time. Shepard was indoctrinated in Mass Effect.
His mind was taken over by the Reapers.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
in the final
his or her.
Shepherd, and that because it would make more sense it's been so long since I even thought about this, but I was fully on the Shepherd's indoctrinated bandwagon.
And they're trying to say that the ending all takes place in a dreamlike state where the Reapers disguise the moral choices as an evil one, leading players to accidentally align with the villains.
Because the choices at the end of the game it didn't make sense because the Paragon and the Renegade choices were kind of like, that didn't make sense. That the fucking...
It was basically a zero sum.
Yeah,
the Renegade, the
Paragon option was to let the Reapers live. It's like, no, fuck those giant alien spaceship monster things there.
Well, that's why they added the third option, which still didn't feel like it did fucking much of anything. But here's how we'll know if this is all true or bullshit is when the next Mass Effect game apparently comes out, and they're going to continue this they're combining both universes, it would seem. So,
well,
do I have to play fucking Andromeda? Do I have to?
Did you never actually play it?
I didn't get off the first planet, bro. I was.
Fuck that. Maybe now it's slightly more better than it was awful when it came out, but it was big time garb.
So dumb.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah.
The last one here that I find interesting is they're trying to say that these two franchises are in the same universe. Is that Uncharted's future is The Last of Us?
That doesn't make any sense.
So this is how they tie this together. Eagle-eyed fans have noticed that after the pub fight in the first chapter of Uncharted 3, a newspaper article can be found in the
talks about the cordyceps.
No, with the spooky headline, it references a deadly fungus that scientists cannot comprehend. Now, this headline is a nod to Naughty Dog's other hit, The Last of Us, where a fungus-based pandemic has destroyed modern society. While the secret may only exist for fun, it could also mean that the two franchises take place in the same universe. How? Because in Uncharted 4, this follows this up with a similar Easter egg that you collect a dog tag from a post-apocalyptic organization called the Fireflies, suggesting that The Last of Us is inevitably the future of Uncharted. I mean, that's just like you could say literally that Resident Evil was the future then.
I was going to say, hold on. I'm looking up something real quick.
I'm not fully
convinced
on that.
I mean, that could just be any. I mean, they teased Valhalla apparently in Division 2 before.
Yeah, so there's a difference between Easter eggs of things in from same companies or same franchises and just having something be like a direct sequel to or something. Not sequel, but like that's a really wide way out there.
I was going to say it's a stretch, and I'll say this too.
Yeah.
Like with what Jason's saying, they teased Destiny 1 in fucking Halo ODST with a fucking movie poster that you could see when you were walking around Mombasa. So they, slipping little things like that into a game isn't necessarily that big of a deal. But to say that's in the same universe, I feel like that's kind of off base because fucking Uncharted 3 takes place in like 2010 or something like that. So then Uncharted 4 would take place even years after that. And I think the pandemic would have started in that time period. You know what I mean? Because Uncharted fucking Last of Us 1 takes place like 20 years after it starts, and it started in 2012 or 13. And I want to say Uncharted 4 takes place in like 2014. So I don't know how much sense that would make. You know what I mean?
And plus, Square Final Fantasy. There's a few Final Fantasy things too between different games. There's a Buster Sword reference in Final Fantasy 9. Obviously, not even remotely the same world.
Yeah. And Uncharted 4: A Thief's End takes place starts in the month of November in 2015. The pandemic would have already started in The Last of Us by then, 2 years prior, at the very least.
You guys don't think any Final Fantasy games are in the same universe?
I saw something earlier on YouTube, and I was going to bring this up, but I didn't watch the video. Apparently, somewhere they said that Resident Evil, Jesus Christ. Final Fantasy 12 is a prequel. I'm assuming they probably were going to say it's a prequel to Final Fantasy 14 because I think it takes place in the same universe, but I didn't watch the video yet, so I'll have to maybe provide some feedback on that later. But no, I don't think any of unless it's a direct sequel, the Final Fantasies absolutely don't take place in the same universe at any point, period. They're all different continents, worlds, planets, everything. Everything's totally different.
Because obviously Final Fantasy 16 is on a whole different spectrum
totally new
from what we saw.
Totally brand new.
Which I hope that I actually, again, I've said that before in the show that game actually does have my attention, but I don't think that's coming out this year at all.
If it comes out this year, I would be over the moon, but I feel like that's probably going to be next year.
It's 2022. It's got to be 2022.
Yeah. Especially with COVID, they still probably want to take their time. So, which is fine. Take as long as you need.
So
just make it good.
We have Noble One Carter confirmed KIA during the fall of Reach by crashing his.
Oh my God! I really
No, we're gonna do this. Okay.
Noble 2 Cat confirmed KIA by a needle rifle during the fall of Reach.
To the fucking face.
Noble 3 Jun JUN. Yeah. Retired from active service and currently serves as the acting chief of staff of the Spartan branch as of March 2558. Emil, Spartan 4, confirmed KIA by Sangheili warriors during the fall of Reach. George confirmed KIA during Operation Uppercut. Noble 6, confirmed KIA by Sangheili warriors during the fall of Reach. So yes, 5 out of the 6.
You were killed minutes before Chief took off, dead. So that's definitely confirmed. Literally, yeah, seconds.
Oh, sweet. So Noble 6 is you?
Yeah, you play as Noble 6. You're the rookie.
The article.
He implying that Noble 6 lived and Noble Team. Okay, that's what I would explain that.
That's why. That's why I didn't understand. That's why it's weird. It's a Noble 6 team lives. That's why I was like.
The team's dead. Noble 6 as you. I mean the planet.
The planet. You died. Chief took off and the planet got glass.
The planet's glass. That shit is over. Check, please. Like they fucking vaporized that shit.
Dead. You're dead.
Matt, you ever see the fan theory that Reach is the same planet as the Breath of the Wild because of the one mountain that's split in two, dude?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I love that shit, man. I was like,
did anyone see the Breath of the Wild mod that just got released where it's first person?
First person,
yeah, it's pretty
so weird.
A bunch of button presses, and it's like, you can go into first person for like a half second, and then it goes back.
It looks but the thing was, you didn't even see like your sword. It was just like literally looking at it through like a camera.
Yeah,
that'd be like
people will find their most random shit and be like, "Wow, look at this!" Fucking 4 years later.
Yeah. That's another game. I don't
wow, Mad TV reference right there.
I don't think that game's coming out this year either.
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do. That was a great show. No. I want to do it by myself.
Anyway,
holy fuck.
So
wow.
On that note,
we're really dating ourselves with that comment. Holy fuck.
I think that definitely does it for the day.
I think the beers have finally I'm
gonna make sure
taking their hold.
Make sure I timestamp that so I can edit that clip for tomorrow.
So you can put that as the thumbnail of all of us going.
You got to do like what was his stance? It was like
Yeah, he'd be like,
what are you talking about?
Like a one, like what?
Yeah.
No. There's the on the TV show Mad TV. Are you familiar with this?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so Mad TV was like the Walmart version of SNL. There were plenty of people. Right? My favorite, one of my favorite guys from that show. He's had a very successful career. Will Sasso. Totally said it there. He's great. He's a genius as far as I'm concerned, and I'm glad he still has like a really career.
He does Steven Seagal better than Steven Seagal.
He does.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Amazing. So Mad TV was like SNL for like the Walmart version of SNL on Fox, and they had this skit with this one actor who he was pretending he was acting as a small child, and it was like he looked very creepy. He had it looked like Pee Wee Herman, but it was really fucking weird. And people would be like, "Hey, like I want to be like, oh, like look, you did something," and they would go to reach out and touch him, and he'd be like, "No, stop it, don't touch me!" in this really like high pitched voice, and it was really weird. And then he would like do things. He'd be like, "Hey, look what I can do," and he would just like jump and like twitch, and that was his thing. Like, just look up. Like, I think Jason's already pulling up a clip, so he'll have that.
Just sent it.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Fair enough.
So Mad TV was fucking weird.
I will watch it and get some news back for everybody next week. So once again, this is Why Am I Nerd percent Alpha Beta Gold, where you can follow us on Instagram, Why Am I Nerd Official, Facebook.com/Why Am I Nerd, and listen to new episodes every Monday on YouTube and your favorite podcast service. So that does it. Until next time, Cameron James, Microsoft's finest, Just Matt, and Jason Porter. We're out.